It's fucking horse! Mortal Kombat. I fucking love Mortal Kombat. And relax, I'm eating the game, not the movie. I've loved this game since I was a kid, but I was the generation it was introduced to. So in 1995, our 10-year-old selves shit our pants when this hit theaters. Is it a great movie? Absolutely not. But to be frank, it could be the best video game movie ever made. Now, that's not saying a lot, but just hear me out. This is Mortal Kombat. First of all, look how this movie starts. Mortal Kombat! The movie totally just kicks your ass right from the beginning. Are you ready for some fucking Mortal Kombat? Well, the movie starts off as Shang Tsung is beating the shit out of Liu's brother. But how do I know this is even Shang Tsung? One simple line.
Your brother's soul is mine.
Right off the bat, we have the villain and he's done right. We then find out that it's just a dream that Liu Kang is having, or it really did happen. It's kind of confusing in that sense. I mean, that is exactly how his brother did die, but he wasn't there, so how the hell does he know it exactly went down that way? Well, it's not that important, but it gets real horse real fast.
Down tight.
It better be I want Kano.
Trust me, Sonya.
I trust one person on this planet, Jax. You're talking to her.
So she just told her partner that the only person she trusts is herself? Makes him feel pretty good. Well, she's looking for Kano, her arch rival, which, by the way, this movie fucking nails it, who's working with Shang Tsung to bring Sonya to the tournament. This is what I mean, this actually fucking happens in the game. But the movie gets ruined when stupid shit like this happens. She just rocked a guy with a shotgun and everyone keeps dancing? No one's frantically running or anything? We then cut to Los Angeles where these 4 guys want to beat the fucking living shit out of Johnny Cage. But it turns out that it's just a movie.
Where do you get these guys?
And by the way, I'm pretty sure they're trying to portray that director as Steven Spielberg. Like he would have anything to do with a fucking Mortal Kombat movie. The world believes that Johnny Cage is a fake martial artist, so his master comes back to invite him into the Mortal Kombat tournament. Turns out it's just Shang Tsung cloning himself to do that. Which is awesome because that's what he could do in the game. Then Liu Kang declares that he's going to enter the tournament to represent Earth in Mortal Kombat. The elders don't like this though because it's simply for revenge for his brother's death. And that's until Raiden, played by Christopher Lambert, vouches for him. And Christopher Lambert totally could have phoned this in, but he doesn't. He's actually pretty fucking good in this. So we got Johnny Cage, we got Liu Kang, we got Sonya Blade. This is turning out to be an actual fucking video game movie. But who are we fucking missing here? Just listen to the music when they arrive. They knew that everybody went to that movie to see these 2 guys. I mean, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they're the ultimate fan favorites. Of course they had to be in this. But then this shit happens. Like, those are some ass effects. Like, what the fuck did Scorpion go do? He looks like he's fucking flying. What the hell is that? And literally, that's kind of the beginning of the assness of this movie. Raiden tells the tale that every few thousand years there's a tournament for Mortal Kombat. And if Outworld wins 10 of them, they can take over the Earth. And they have won 9. So they get to the island and from this point forward, the movie is a complete mess until the end. They're supposed to be sitting there having dinner, but then these 3 assholes go off and wander on their own. Why? Because they're always fucking confused about everything and are asking questions all the time. The first conversation that happens when they get off the boat is this.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Raiden just told you the night before, weren't you fucking listening? And Liu Kang, you studied this tournament your entire life, and you don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck you! Anyways, they find themselves sneaking into this area where Kano's having supper with Goro, who, I'm sorry, looks like a rejected Muppet. Well, they try to leave and they end up getting turned around and wind up right back in his chambers, when all of a sudden...
We got company.
I'm sorry, but you can put that song in front of anything and it gets you pumped. Well, enough of that. It's the day of the big tournament. And the first battle is Liu Kang versus some random Jamaican guy? I mean, this is Mortal Kombat. There's like 1,000 characters you could have chose from. Like, how can you be invested in this fight at all? It's Liu Kang versus a guy whose name we never know. Well, surprise, surprise, Liu Kang wins, and Shang Tsung takes his soul. On to the next fight. It's kind of weird because they never explain the structure of the tournament. It's just a bunch of random fights all next to each other. Well, Sonya finally gets her hands on Kano and ends up fucking killing him.
Oh, give me a break.
Okay.
She just straight up killed the guy. How can you see her as one of the heroes anymore? Anyways, on to the next fight. Johnny Cage versus Scorpion. Which, by the way, this isn't even a fucking fight. This is exactly what happens.
Get over here!
What the hell was that? Then they decided to try to put a fucking love story in all of this between Liu Kang and Katana. Pretty much gives them some infinite wisdom or some shit like that, and we're on to the next fight. So it's Sub-Zero versus Liu Kang. And what bugs me, and this is just how my mind works, is that Sonya's had the fight once, Johnny Cage has had the fight once. Why the hell does Liu Kang have to fight 3 times? This fight ends up being even more disappointing than the Scorpion fight. He just sits there and makes an ice ball out of himself, and then somehow beyond all physics, Liu Kang throws this bucket of water through it, it makes an icicle and stabs him to death. Now that's just fucking horse. While that was happening, everybody decided to go out and fight Goro all of a sudden. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Don't you have to climb the ranks to fight Goro? Just anybody can go and fight him? And even though Johnny Cage talked to this guy once, for some reason he's like his best friend. Again, this would have been an opportunity to use an actual guy from the game. Goro ends up killing him, and look how devastated they get from this. I mean, who cares? Who was the fucking guy? Art Lean? Your name comes after Fighting Monk.
I can finish this.
So Johnny Cage decides to avenge Art Lean and take on Goro himself. But then all of a sudden, these two are now having a moment.
Oh, don't you dare do this to protect me, Johnny Cage.
Trust me.
You know, the only reason this movie gets away with this is because this is already established in the game. Way to sneak that in there. So he fights Goro and ends up killing him in 2 moves.
Let's
Just a huge nut punch for one. Then finishes him off with a spinning roundhouse kick, leaving him hanging off the cliff of a mountain.
This is where you fall down.
Fucking horse. Well, after Goro dies, Shang Tsung just decides to take Sonya to Outworld for no fucking reason.
stop!
Where the fuck were you, Liu Kang? You were standing right beside her this whole time.
Had a deal, remember?
So Liu and Johnny travel to Outworld, but I don't even know why the fuck Johnny Cage goes along. Liu ends up fighting this shitty CG lizard, who ends up becoming the secret character Reptile. But while this is going on, where the fuck is Johnny Cage? Is he just outside watching this happen? Well, they meet up with Katana, who I guess was also just watching this happen. She leads them to the tower that saves Sonya, and to have their final battle to see who will be the champion of Mortal Kombat. And for one last time, the best movie song ever. Okay, why didn't the whole movie have more of this? Shang Tsung then turns into Liu's younger brother, thinking it's gonna make him more vulnerable. But he doesn't buy the bullshit because he changed right in front of him. Well, Liu ends up killing Shang Tsung in classic Mortal Kombat style by tossing him off the edge onto a pit of spikes.
Flawless victory.
Well, they head back to Earth and everybody is celebrating that they just saved the world. Until Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget shows up.
We pathetic fools. I've come for your souls. I don't think so.
Oh, the horse sequel can be saved for another day. Well, it's not a great movie, but as far as video game movies go, you couldn't be closer to the original source, which is what video game movies never fucking do. They had all the characters, they had all the locations from the game, and that theme song is just kick-ass. So, if you haven't seen the Mortal Kombat, either way, fucking take a look. It's pretty good. And by that I mean in the good shitty movie kind of way. I give it the best way it'll die out of 10. Stay tuned next time for... Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and please like us on Facebook at Neckbeard Reviews.